Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to bring through a message from Archangel Michael that came through that is relevant for what we're currently experiencing. And it's a revelation that will assist everyone in closing the gap between where they are and where they want to be. Okay? So what I was given was an understanding that there are three types of people. Okay? The provider, the nurturer, and the opportunist. Okay? Now, the provider is the masculine energy. The nurturer is the feminine energy. And those two energies is the circuit. Okay? They exist within us, and we are predominantly one or the other. Now, the opportunist is the catalyst. Okay? The opportunist is the individual that is out for his or herself, that will utilize a provider or a nurturer for sustenance, but doesn't reciprocate, doesn't give to and reinforce. So eventually, the other person feels hurt, betrayed, lied to, has no more to give, or doesn't want to, and the relationship breaks. It is in the breaking where the individual who was the subject of the opportunist has a moment of clarity, has a moment of needing to address a wound. And that wound is a betrayal wound. Now, the betrayal wound is in almost all of us, if not all of us. But it is the inability to trust. That's what it creates within us. The inability to trust and the inability to believe. And it can be a gaping wound or it can be a small wound, but it will stand in between you achieving that final place. And you will not address it until you come into contact with an opportunist that's going to show you your betrayal wound. Okay? We are living in a time of the Great Awakening. It has been called this. Okay? There is an abundance of opportunists currently incarnated on the planet. This is to catalyze and cause change and growth. We see it on the world stage. We see it in our communities. We see a lot of it on the internet, but this is the time of technology, so that makes sense. We see it in our families. We see it in our friend groups, in our relationships, etc. If you don't know what kind of person you are, then you aren't going to know how to empower yourself. Okay? You have to be woken up to who you are in order to utilize the power that you hold. Otherwise, it lies dormant within you. And it can lie dormant within you forever. Okay? Until you wake it up, it will be dormant within you. Okay, the betrayal of the opportunist exposes the wound. The wound exposes the weakness or the gap which holds the truth of you, your inner truth. Okay? God will fill that gap if you ask. Whatever wound you have, your faith in God and your asking of Him to heal that space will create a wholeness within you, a clarity that you will no longer seek in another person. Okay? With this truth brings healing. It brings meaning to the events of your past and direction for your future. It allows you to make new decisions about what you want, what you will accept, what you are striving towards, and who deserves to be in your company. Everything truly happens to help us, to grow us, and therefore we don't have to place blame on anyone. If it's happening in your life, it's happening for your benefit. It's happening to teach you something you need to learn, to show you something within yourself that needs to be healed so that you can move forward. Okay? Now, we both have masculine, feminine energies within us. We know this. Okay? So we all have the capability of being a nurturer or a provider, or both. But usually there's one that's dominant, okay? But we have the ability to do both, and we have to find that balance internally before we can be constructive and healthy in a relationship. Otherwise, we keep running into opportunists that show us where our wound is. So we each have an oversoul, okay? A larger expression of our soul. And that oversoul is predominantly either masculine or feminine. And your purpose in this incarnation is going to be in alignment with it. Okay? So if you are a nurturer, if you're a healer, if you're a giver, then chances are your oversoul is feminine. If you are a protector, a provider, a supporter, an initiating force, then chances are your oversoul is masculine. Okay? All right, time's going to run out. I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope that was helpful. I love you all. Many blessings to you, and I'll talk to you soon.